All right. Of course, that was Eruption by the legend, Eddie Van Halen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday night, 8:04 p.m., a little later than usual, by a couple minutes, of course, to pay tribute with Eruption. Welcome to another live episode, 100% live episode of The Yo Show. Yo. Yo. I am Jeff the Shark Perini, your host, as always, coming to you live on StreamYard. Tonight, in front of my giant collection of Funko Pops that you've all seen. Lots to talk about tonight. Jewel Tatey will be with us a little bit later. A little bit of an emergency to tend to right now. Spoke to her, so we'll get her as soon as possible. Some great news, some sad news. Of course, we know the sad news. We will touch on that in a moment. Let me take a moment for some real good news. Great news. October 7th, of course. And that means none other than, as soon as I find it here, a very happy birthday to my brother. I guess I'll make a new one because I can't find it. It's been one of those days, folks. So, very happy birthday to my brother, Robert Perini, today being his birthday. Happy birthday to you, Rob. Great brother, great dude. I know we joke around on Facebook and the comments. People say, man, you and your brother just don't get along. Well, actually, we do. We get along great, and today is his birthday. His wife spoke to me, realized that it's show night, and we have guests, and so, of course, we will have a celebration this weekend. We'll have dinner this weekend for my brother, Robert. Happy birthday to you. I know your awesome wife, Beth, and your daughter, Bridget, and your son, my main man, little Robert Jr., are showing you a great time this evening. So enjoy it, man. Live it up. Live life. Have a great time. And, of course, happy birthday here from the Yo Show. If Jewel's here, I'm sure she would say it as well. But you know how we do it on the Yo Show, folks. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Robert Perini. Happy birthday to you from the Yo Show. Jen Himes, good evening. Welcome to the program. I own 150, I believe. Goes down further. There's some that aren't even posted. I got a lot. I love them. I enjoy it. I bargain hunt. I find them inexpensive, or I find them in the stores, whatever, and I collect the snot out of these babies. This is my wall, and here we are. Another new scenery, I guess. Yeah, man. My man Mo in the house. Yeah, they are Funko Pops, dude. I love these things. I collect the crap out of them. As you see, if you watch a show every week, I usually show my newest scores, my latest pickups and finds. And I'm sorry, my eyes are a little dry. But yeah, my latest discoveries in the world of Funko. I keep winking now, too, like self-conscious. So yeah, that's 19. You gotta get more. We're gonna show your comment. 19. I love them though. 19's good. 119's good. 1,000's good. You know, they're fun. And there's so many different walks of life, from music to sports, superheroes, of course, you know, the Cobra Kai ones, and the Sandlot, and just so many great things. So I absolutely love them. They're fun, great conversation piece, and I love them. I'm going to take my glasses off for a second here and let my eyes rest. It's a rough night tonight. You know what it is? All these lights I have that make me shine. Just killing my face. All right, so happy birthday, of course, to my brother, Robert Perini. And let's not forget about another one. Got this from his wife a few minutes ago. Happy birthday to our man, Dave Resch. His wife, Kelly, told me it's his birthday today as well. So happy birthday to you, Dave, if you're watching, or if Kelly's watching, because I promised I would say happy birthday to you. I'm not singing. I only sing once. But I will tip my solo cup to you, my good man, and wish you a very happy birthday. Plenty of beer drinking going on tonight on the Yo Show as well. Let's thank last week's guest, an awesome actor. Michael Sequoia was here with us. He's got some new movies coming out, a lot of great projects. A little rough in the audio, but he bounced in and out, and he was terrific. Great stories, had us laughing. So thank you very much for coming on, Michael. We thank you for that. Tonight, I'm going to introduce an awesome guest that we have coming on the program. Going to be great. She is a Canadian singer and songwriter with a powerful voice. She is incredible, and we can't wait for her to get here. She'll be here around 8:30 tonight. Her name is Robin Benedict. We're going to play some of her songs tonight. I'll play one for you shortly, and then she'll come on. We'll talk about her career, her upcoming music, and all kind of good stuff. She has an incredible voice. This is going to be great tonight. Cannot wait. Around 8:30, Robin Benedict. We have guests to announce later in the program. Great guests that are coming on. I do want to start again and get back to, excuse me, Jesus tonight. See, Jules not here, and I take over and do it solo, and I'm just an absolute mess. Anyway, again, rest in peace to the late, great Eddie Van Halen, one of my all-time favorite guitarists, one of my all-time favorite bands, of course, Van Halen, him and his brother Alex, and later along the line, his son Wolfgang joined the band as well, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, Michael Anthony, Gary Sharon, Van Halen. Eddie passed away yesterday at the age of 65 years old. Jody Valentine, who will be with us next week, is with us tonight. Watching Jody, thank you so much. It is always great seeing you. Yeah, definitely rest in peace to Eddie. So many guitarists and musicians and people that we are fans and friends of all over the Facebook page. Of course, the guys from St. Ricketts who do our theme song, Tom and John, and guitar players all around. Just loved Eddie, so it's very tough. For me, it was tough. One of our first dates with me and my wife was a Van Halen concert. When we had the reunion, my wife was more than kind enough to get me tickets, and it was great. They're Funko Pops, Jody. Funko Pops, the greatest invention ever. I love them. It's my huge collection. My man cave is filled with all kind of memorabilia and paraphernalia. Yeah, they're mine. I collect. I'm a collector. I know it seems weird, but I'm a collector. And Jules said, you should do the show with your stuff in the background. So last week I got all my trophies and that counter. This week, Funko Pops. And next week, maybe in front of the big couch with all the sports memorabilia on there. So we do it. Mini ones are cool. I like the mini ones as well. Absolutely. I love them all. I'm a fan. I'm like a kid that has never grown up. So in honor of Eddie Van Halen, tonight's top 5 list is obvious. It is I was going to say hour, but Jewel, like I said, is running late. Maybe it was later. She did have an emergency, so we wish the best for Jewel, and hopefully she'll be with us tonight. But top 5 Van Halen songs. This list is impossible. It could have been top 1 million Van Halen songs, or the entire catalog is the top. But I picked 5. And I start out with number 5, which is actually a Sammy Hagar one, and it's Summer Nights. And because Summer Nights, that song just remind me of, that time in my life, cruising around on summer nights, the windows down, the radio on, listening to tunes. And that was like a perfect summer song. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even play it in the fall and the winter because I didn't want to hear it. I wanted to hear it in the summer and enjoying the summer nights. Summer Nights at number 5. Number 4, Everybody Wants Some. Of course, you remember Better Off Dead and the Dancing Hamburger and all that great stuff. Who didn't remember that? Very cool. Where are the championship underwater basket weaving trophies? That's funny you mentioned that. There's a story behind that later on here on the show. Number 5, Everybody Wants Some. Number 3, Ain't Talking About Love. I love that riff and that lead in, and classic Eddie, Ain't Talking About Love. And number 3. Number 2, one of my favorites, and a lot of people say it's not a top Van Halen song. To me, it is. It's Little Guitars. It's such a fantastic song. I love Little Guitars, and watching Eddie play it in different concert venues, using the actual little guitar, very cool stuff. Number 2. Number 1 is Jump, and it got to be my favorite because the 2 times I saw them live in concert, Jump was the closer with the confetti and just like a big celebration, and Jump, it was the big song off 1984, that album, which was kind of the beginning of the end, which was sad because it was kind of like their comeback. And then shortly after their end. So Jump at number 1. Once again, my top 5 Van Halen songs. Summer Nights, Everybody Wants Some, Ain't Talking About Love, Little Guitars, and Jump. I love Ain't Talking About Love more because it's improper grammar. Isn't it? Wouldn't it be Isn't Talking About Love? Or Am Not Talking About Love? I don't know. Hot for teacher. My man Max Scanish in the house. Max, thanks, man. I see you rocking that guitar. I know you're an Eddie influencer like everybody else is around here. Anybody that ever picked up a guitar, I'm sure it's like a kid picks up a baseball bat and talks about being a certain player. I'm sure a lot of people picked up the axe and talked about being Eddie. Hot for Teacher was a tremendous song. Like I said, Max, that list could have been like top 100. I could have just said their top catalog period because just such a great band. Eddie's going to be missing. That kind of brings an end to the Van Halen legend because you just can't go out and do it without Eddie. So rest in peace. Eddie Van Halen, 65 years old. Of course, passed from cancer. So makes it very tough. Anyway, we're going to try and stay as upbeat as possible. He says, my brother's birthday, my man Dave Resch. So let's be positive for people with birthdays and those living on and rocking on. And we'll do it tonight. My man JP Zamet, thank you very much. Welcome to the show. I know that we have spoke a few times about Robin. She is incredible. Very excited for her tonight. She'll be with us about 8:25, 8:30 in that range. Robin Benedict. Pumped for that. Can't wait to get her on the show. Lots of topics to do, lots of things to do. But first thing I'm going to do before we go any further is play a song. Dance Away the Darkness is the song. Again, it's Robin Benedict, and you could find her in all kind of places. I'm going to scroll her information down the bottom so you know all the great places to find her and check out her music. It's definitely worth it. She's a super talented artist with just a thrilling voice. Like I said, this one again is Dance Away the Darkness. It's tonight's guest, Robin Benedict. We're going to play it for you now. We'll be back we'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy that right here on the Yo Show.
Another late night ends in the same old empty bed. I lied awake all night, thinking about everything you said. High inside is 2020 now. Your words don't mean a thing, no. Leaves me with this feeling. There's nothing left to do, nothing left to do but dance away the darkness, sing away the blues, laugh away the tears, oh no, and put myself in someone else's shoes. And don't listen to the devil when he whispers in my ear. The voice inside my head is ringing loud and clear. My intuition tells me the life I get to live ain't so bad. Each and every breath just makes me better. There's nothing left to do, nothing left to do. Dance away the darkness, sing away the blues, laugh away the tears, oh Lord, and put myself in someone else's. Oh, you dance away the darkness, sing away
All right, absolutely incredible song. Just a great voice and a great presence. That one's from her 2016 EP, Robin Benedict, who will be our guest tonight. We should be seeing her around 8:30. Spoke to her earlier. Today's great conversation. Great person. Very excited to be on our show. We're very excited to have her on our show tonight, and we'll talk about her music and her career. We'll play another song later on in the program and see if we can get her to play for us tonight. We'll see what we can do. We'll try that here. Pardon me. Big news. I got the burps tonight, man. Way too much beer in my system already. Big news, though. And let's get to this, folks, because I'm excited. Every year, my wife and I usually throw a big Halloween bash at our house, and we have a house full of people, great time, great food, great drinks, etc. This year, we're mixing up a little bit. House is under construction, the kitchen's getting redone, all that good stuff. So, no party this year at my house. And everybody says, "Well, what's going to happen? No party?" No. Will be a party. The Yo Show will get involved. That's right. Me and Jewel will have a live Halloween bash. Live Halloween bash. Invites have gone out. If you want to get on the invite list, hit me up at Stoop Radio Network. You know where to find me on Facebook, folks. Live show of the Yo Show and a party. October 30th, it's Murphy's Beef and Ale, 5725 Bristol Emily Road in Levittown, PA, from 7 to 11 p.m. My good man, Sean Pilgrim, the manager there, helped me coordinate this awesome event. He's got just incredible, beautiful bartenders and servers that'll be there as well. Come dressed. We're kind of doing an 80s theme. We're thinking we're kicking around back to the 80s. You know, if you just want to put a costume on, you're not on the back to the 80s, I get it. But that's kind of the theme. Back to the 80s. You see, like the Yo Show thing. Picture of me and Jewel and the Yo Show logo. And Loso Beer is going to be on tap. That's right. Loso Beer, www.losobrewingcompany.com. Our beer will also be on the brand new Brownsville Bonfire, our spiced fall special, as well as Lola, our American Ale. So they'll be on tap. DJ and music to be had. Best costume contest. Jewel and I, we're going to be walking around talking to the people in costume, having a little program for you. It's going to be great. That is our Yo Show Halloween Bash. It is live 100%. And that's October 30th. Murphy's Beef and Ale, 5725 Bristol Emily Road in Levittown, PA, 7 to 11. It's going to be outdoors, too. So it's COVID friendly. About that. If it does rain, we have been offered the indoor room, just so you know. So if it rains and you plan on coming, we got a backup plan. We certainly do. My man Brian Harvey said he might be staying the night that night. It's all right, man. We're just a few short minutes away from Murphy's, maybe 10 minutes. So come costumed up, bring a gang, bring your thirst quench for some beer, and let's have a great time, folks. I love Halloween. Got a costume kind of lined up. It's nothing specific. It's kind of friendly for the show because I'm going to be all dazzled up. It's going to be awesome. So my good friends out there to tune in, check it out. For the new people, like I said, drop me a line, and I'll give you the details of what we're going to do because, of course, you know, we're going to be filming you, so you got to kind of sign that waiver to make sure it's cool to be on the show. Anyway, October 30th. Cannot wait for that. Once again, Loso Beer. 2 of them will be on tap. Remember to check out the website, www.losobrewingcompany.com. It is easily the hottest beer in Pennsylvania. It's been flying. We got it at the Chicky and Peace location in Warrington. It's selling out like wildfire in so many bars. The Newtown Athletic Club has it at the Escape Resort, which is their little bar area, and Fireside, Wilson's, Maggio's, you name it. We're getting out there. We're getting around. A lot of places now carrying Loso beer. Check out the website. Give you locations where you can find it. The Humanville Inn, of course. Don't want to forget my man Jeff at the Humanville Inn. Check it out. Check out the selections we have. More beers coming. Potential tasting room coming soon as well. A lot of great stuff coming from Loso Brewing. Very proud to be a part of that group as well. Again, big guest announcements later tonight. We have Man Cave Scores. You're a little late tonight. We've got a few for you. We're drinking. We got our Red Solo Cup. It's filling me up. Let's have a party. I don't know the words. I don't really listen. Did I do it right? Oh, let me know if I did it right. I hope I did it right. As you know, the Yo Show, again, we're very proud of this, and I got to keep announcing it. And it never gets tired to me, so I'm going to keep saying it. As you know, a few short weeks ago, the Los Angeles Weekly Times and the New York Weekly Times editors got together. They made this poll of the top 50 webcasts and podcasts of 2020, people that are keeping you entertained throughout shutdowns and pandemics and all the terrible news stories you see and all that stuff. And we made the list. We're on the list. Congratulations, of course, once again to me and Jewel and everybody that made the list. We're on the list with the likes of like Howard Stern and Will Ferrell and Oprah Winfrey and Joe Rogan. Of course, the legendary great friend of the show, Mr. Jimmy Starr, and Ron Russell. I got it right this week, Ron. I promised you I would. Ron Russell, Eileen Shapiro, Sherry Nelson, the great group over there at World Star PR. We thank you for all the push. They're high on the list. They're number one on the list. And we're following your footsteps, Jimmy. We're very proud to be on that list and be a part of the group. So congratulations, everybody out there. And thank you for everybody that watches, tunes in, everybody who shares the Yo Show, because it's big to us. And listen, normally I know you come to see Jewel. Sorry she's not here yet. You're stuck with my ugly face. The beard's growing in nicely. We got some grays. Jewel always asks if I color it. So tonight I got lights exploding. You can see all the grays in there. You know, I'm handsome. I'm not Jewel handsome, but I'm handsome. My man Brian Harvey with the trophy emoji. Thank you, dude. You are one of the reasons we get there. You are faithful and loyal to the program. He was on a couple weeks ago, too. My wife said, oh, remember a couple weeks ago? Because we were talking about drinking. And we're talking about who gets messier, etc. She said, remember a couple weeks ago when you were on the show and doing shots? Yeah, that was our man, Brian. So thank you, Brian, for being the local Yo Show shot enhancer, bad influencer. I don't know what to call you. You're the dude. That's what I'm calling you. You're the Yo Show dude. Beer flows better when I'm solo. This way it loosens me up a little bit. So anyway, like I said, a few minutes away from Robin Benedict. Before she comes on, let's see if we could hit a topic or two real quick. This one real quick, very quick. Sunday Night Football. I don't know if anybody caught this. Eagles game, Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth in the booth. And the show starts with them, like it zeroes in on them in the booth. They're wearing masks, and they are just sarcastically bashing the whole situation. Michaels is mocking it, and Collinsworth kind of chuckling at it, and the whole 9 yards. And it turns out that they got a lot of backlash, and a lot of flack from a lot of people, the media, their bosses, the network, etc. Basically saying, look, this is where we're at right now. Is it forever? I don't think it is. But right now, this was the requirements for the location they were in to wear the mask. And they just gave it such a hard time. And I'm a Michaels fan. I think the guy is a world-class announcer. I know us in Philly all hate Collinsworth. Kind of goes with, you get your driver's license in Philly and they stamp like an anti-Chris Collinsworth thing on the back. That's okay. But the two guys they trashed the whole thing. And kind of horrible. So, it is what it is. Look, for now, I go to stores. PA, you got to wear them in the stores. I wear it. I wear it to the bar. I take it off when I sit down. I follow the protocol. Because I don't know any better. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not in the medical field. So for now, I follow it. I'm hoping it goes away soon because we got to get back to regular living. I'm regular living. I'm living, life to its fullest. My 2012 has been a little too good. I feel bad. Great work on the Yo Show. Loso Brewing Company doing great. Great health in my home. Everything's doing fine. So, got to make the best of it. I got my Brittany shirt on tonight. My girl Brittany, free Brittany. I can't get it backwards yet. My girl in the house, Brittany Spears. I love you, Brittany. I know you're watching. I know she's a regular. She changes her name so she doesn't know that I know, but I know. I know you're watching, Brittany. I love you, girl. That's it. One of these weeks, one of these weeks when they guest announce Britney Spears' appearance on the Yo Show. That would be like, that's just too good. She's a great gal. I don't care what she's going through and what people say and how it's perceived. She's one of the tops. As a matter of fact, I got a Britney Spears Funko Pop. Since we're on the discussion of Funko Pop, you can see the whole shirt as I stand up. I'm sure I shared this on the program before, but I'm going to share it on the program again. And there she is. Britney. See, I've got the little microphone thing going on there. It's my Britney Spears. This is the Slave for You version. If you look real close, you got the snake and all. I'm a slave for you. I am not a singer, so we definitely need Robin Benedict to get here soon and save you all from my terrible singing as I put Britney back in her spot. Right next to Rob Zombie and Vivian Campbell. There's a group I bet you never thought you'd see together. That's how we do it. That's how the Great Wall of Funko Pop, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can hit another topic. Here's a great topic. Another favorite band of mine is Led Zeppelin. And Led Zeppelin appears to have finally won Stairway to Heaven. There was a suit that was going on about plagiarism and stealing the song Stairway to Heaven, and it's been in the courts for years. And the other day, the Court of Appeals said they will not hear any more appeals from the side suing Led Zeppelin. So it appears that this case is done. Stairway to Heaven apparently belongs to Led Zeppelin. Matter of fact, there was a big petition out from a lot of artists that signed a petition saying, if the group suing Led Zeppelin wins, it's just a disaster waiting to happen for the music business. For every song that sounds just slightly the same, any song that could possibly be the same, anybody can step up and say, oh, at one point I made this song, I got a song similar to it, whatever it is. So a big win as far as the music industry is concerned for Stairway to Heaven. So congratulations, of course, to Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin, one of my all-time favorite bands. I love Zeppelin. Speaking of musicians that I love and music that I love and people that I love, because I've grown to love this woman over a very short period of time. Our very special guest is with us tonight. Beautiful backdrop, the whole 9 yards. Canadian singer and songwriter, the lovely Robin Benedict. Robin, good evening and welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for
timing. Did you catch that?
Yeah, that was
timing was like,
I don't want to give away my secrets, Robin, but I tend to, when I know the guest is close, I tend to drag a little bit into a lead-in subject and then bang. It always looks like I'm a perfect segue guy.
You've done this before. Let's just say that.
Yeah, a couple times, and a few people have watched.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
My co-host Jewel had a little bit of an emergency, so I don't know if we'll see Jewel or not tonight. She does send her best if she can't make it. But of course, I am here, which I don't know if that's any better. That may actually be for the worse, but
it's amazing. What are you talking about?
Excellent, thank you. We got into the whole thing with Canadian artists recently, some great female Canadian artists, and a few people said, "Hey, how about Robin Benedict?" And I'm like, let's check it out. You got a huge following, got a real big following on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people seem to love you, and for a great reason. Your voice is just very powerful. How did you get into music? Like, what was your first decision besides having a great voice? When did you wake up one day and say, you know what, this is for me?
Oh my gosh. Well, I joined a choir with my mom when I was 9.
Wow.
And it was fun, and I enjoyed it. And I sang in retirement homes with her when I was just a kid. And, it was great to see the looks on their faces when we'd come in and sing for them. And so, but when did I decide? Yeah, I started writing. I wrote a couple of really decent songs, and I was like, oh, okay. Maybe there's something to this, And I remember when I lived in Calgary, we'd go to a party, and then all the friends would come back, and we'd have an after party, and I would sing. And a few times, a couple of my friends would start crying.
Wow.
And I'm like, why? What is wrong with you? I'm like, Robin, have you heard yourself? I'm like, well, I'm drunk, so that doesn't really help. So I mean, I'm totally being transparent right now. But I was also a kid, right? I was in my 20s. But yeah, so yeah, and then I went to Canadian Idol when I was 24.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I made it to the top 70 or something like that. And it was a rush. It was exciting, you know. And I knew the joy I was bringing to people. I never wanted to be in the limelight. I never wanted people to be looking at me. That wasn't what it was, you know. It was more about the music than it was the
Me
image.
neither.
You know.
Yeah, I don't like people looking at me, as you can tell.
What? Why not? What does your shirt say?
It's actually a Britney Spears shirt.
Beautiful.
I'm a big fan of this shirt, and I get mocked and picked on, but I'm a rocker at heart. But
Well, she's a lovely girl. She's struggling right now. I think she's been struggling.
yeah, absolutely.
Save Britney.
Free Britney, save Britney. I'm all about it, and we filed a case. We've been talking about it here on the show and all, but it's just great stuff. So earlier, a few minutes ago, I played "Stranger" from your 2016 EP, "Dance Away to Darkness," and that's a song we're going to play later, "Dance Away to Darkness." The vocals, again, just terrific, really deep. Tell us a little bit about the process in creating that EP and the excitement behind it, because it was a follow-up for you from our first EP. So this was, but a big one and great tunes. Tell us a little something about the creative process.
Well, I had the viral video go in 2014, and everyone was like, where can we buy your music? And I didn't really have anything. I had the 4-song EP from 2010. Yeah. And so I decided I was going to crowdfund. I crowdfunded. It was exciting to have the support. And then I just, I hired a drummer, and I said, who do you think would want to play the guitar? And then he had all these ideas. And then my producer, I found a producer who actually reached out to me. So I met with him, and I really liked his attitude. It was hard picking, like choosing who I wanted to work with, right? Because that really depends on, that makes a big difference for the process. And, I lucked out big time. I mean, and Andre Kane Black produced, Tal Weisman, he engineered. And Andre was friends with Duncan Coots, who was bass player for the Our Lady Peace. And he was in. So I had my drummer and I had my bass player. And then I got my drummer is good friends with Steve Strongman, who's, I don't know if you know him or heard of him. He's quite the phenomenon. He's been to Memphis a few times. He's won some blues awards in Memphis. Really exciting stuff. He's from Hamilton here in Ontario. And just what a joy to work with. Like, just a smiler, like just comes in. Awesome. He came into the studio the first day and he was like, let's make some music. And he was just so like jazz, and there was really no issues. It was so smooth. It's just choosing the right team makes a big difference, for the process. When it gets to be stressful and there's people, butting heads and this and that, and I've had that too. It's not as fun. It's just not as enjoyable, right? But this was a seamless project, and I'm so happy with the way all the tunes turned out too. So, yeah, no, it was something. It was a learning experience because I never really had that experience where you're mapping out the structures of the songs from like the beginning, from scratch and to the finish. It was beautiful. It was, I learned a lot. That was 2016. Amazing.
That's, in 2016, it sounds like yesterday, but of course, a few years passed.
Feels like a lifetime ago. Holy crap.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the music is so good. And that's the thing that always makes me kind of, chuckle, if you will. And I talk about it with my wife. I talk about it with Jewel, our local artist. There are some incredible musicians out there who just have an ear and a love, and they put out great music, and you are no exception. The voice is just amazing. And I read something where it says, like, when you sing, for the love of it. You sing because you want to sing, you have a passion for it. Do you always have this nonstop passion to sing, or is it more like right time, right place? How do you feel about that?
That's funny that you asked. Actually, yesterday we went for a little hike in the woods. We went to a waterfall with a girlfriend and her mother, who doesn't get out much. She's a bit older, and apparently she can sing and she loves music. And we're walking, And there's this girl sitting on a bench, and she's got a baby, and and I have my guitar strapped on my back, and she says, "Are we gonna jam?" This out of nowhere, like this stranger, right? And I was like, "Why, you want a song?" And I do it. I love seeing the peace it brings and the happiness it brings to people. Honestly, so even if I'm not in the mood, I will. That's easy to power through. I'm all about, for the love of people and the greater good, and music is healing, and and it just brings so much joy to people. How could I not?
I agree. Even in even like the tougher times, I have a bad day or I have a bad moment, whatever, which I try not to. I'm usually pretty upbeat, but I'll get in the car, I'll turn on music and just drive around and listen to music, and it just lifts me up, makes me feel better.
Yeah. I used to be like super impatient in traffic jams, and I get that super honestly. My old man is like just a tyrant when he gets into like some traffic. He's not a happy camper. Anyway, so then once I started driving a little bit more, and like I said, like touring and going to different gigs and stuff, and I would get into traffic jams, I would blare the music, and then I would just start like chair dancing, and I realized, oh my God, I don't care about traffic. I don't care anymore. So then I'm like, this is the secret, man. Louder the better.
Yes.
Windows down if possible, and just rock out until and then the traffic will go away faster sometimes that way. Actually, putting out good vibrations, the traffic will just people will just get out of your way.
One way or the other. I totally agree. It's funny because like my wife does like road sales and stuff like that. And sometimes we're in the car together and she's doing work calls and turns that music down. And I'm like, now I'm raised because I need the energy when I'm driving. So I feel
100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. So a story I heard, and in looking into your history, I heard this. I had to listen to it. I listened to it probably about 30 times now. Everybody got to listen to it. 2014, you did a cover of a great song, Heart of Glass, by an amazing artist, Blondie. Debbie Harry, of course, and Blondie. From what I'm reading, over 5 million people viewed this video. Did you ever have any clue whatsoever that this was going to happen? It was humongous.
Absolutely not. No. My friend asked me for a ride to the airport, and because I was a musician and all of his other friends weren't, it was a Monday. So of course I'm the only one that was even available for him to, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, sure. But he and I were briefly in a band together. So I brought my guitar. I just had this whim of an idea, and I brought my iPad, and I thought I'll put the iPad. I'd never done this before. So it just kind of happened. And remember how we were in that band together? Remember how you used to know how to play Heart of Glass? I don't know what possessed me to do this. Anyway, it was really fun. We had a great time. And, this particular take, though, was the money take, because just so many crazy things happened in that video. Like, we actually assessed it, and we broke down what were the things that people loved so much about this video. Because when it went viral, we were losing our. My email blew off, and he told me he flew back to BC, so now we're video calling, and we're cheersing with a shot of whiskey each night. Each night we hit a million more views.
Wow.
And then the next night was a million more views, and we're video chatting, shot, cheers. And we were what is with this video? And there was some interesting things that happened in that video just by chance. And it was me, one of them was me realizing that the airport exit was coming up, and I had to get over 4 lanes of traffic on the 427, is it? Or the 401, I can't remember. Or you're not even in Canada. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, that's okay.
It's 401, or I think it's 401 to the airport. And so here I am. I'm and then we both end up doing this, right? Watching, but neither one of us stopped playing or singing, which is crazy because I'm sure he thought his life was in jeopardy, but he kept playing the guitar. So, yeah, it was pretty. And then we ended up. The song ended just as we got to the place where I had to drop him. So it was just timing, I think. More than planning. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm a believer in the improv over the planning. That's why I do this live. A lot of people in the podcasting world like you're crazy. Doing it live, so many bad things can happen. I agree, but so many funny things can happen, and so many outlandish things can happen. That's what makes it so much fun, and I love doing it that way. And your video is a perfect example. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to play it later for people who haven't seen it.
Sure.
I don't know about the laws, the rules, whatever, but I'm going to play it. If they freeze it, whatever, so be it. But
I
that's
don't know.
later.
Is there
later.
something to that? Like,
There's ins and outs of certain things you can and can't do. I mean, it's you singing it. You're on the show. I assume we're okay. It's a freelance video, so we should be all right.
I
But
mean, it's
that's
on, yeah, it's
later.
on YouTube. But yeah, no. So the numbers aren't exactly the same on YouTube as they were on Facebook. That's why.
Okay.
There's like just over 100,000 views now on the YouTube, but it was Facebook where it actually went viral. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow. Well, YouTube, I saw, I think 496,000, if I seen correctly.
Oh, is it that many already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
You never so humble, Robin Benedict, ladies and gentlemen. No, is that?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fact. It is a fact.
It's
Humble.
terrific, though.
It's a good way to be.
Sure, and it's very exciting. Now, let's see, you've done touring. You've been to the U.S. You've been through Canada. Do you like doing it on the road, kind of being independent? I guess you like getting on the road. And what scene do you prefer? Is there something better about the American scene? Something better about the Canadian scene?
Oh wow!
And you can be open about it.
Yeah. Okay. I like being open. Yeah. So America, I have to say, I love being Canadian. I love my fellow Canadians. However, there's something different about the music scene in the States.
Sure.
There's a lot of things actually. Vibe, I don't know. I find that it feels to me like people appreciate music more in the States than they do in Canada. Whether or not that's necessarily true, because that's generalizing an entire country of people, which I don't want to do, right?
Right.
There is something to it. I mean, the Americans tip musicians. Like, they pay you and then you get tips. And it's American funds, which rounds up to more for us Canadians, right?
Sure.
But their authentic appreciation for you is, and I'm not to say that never happens in Canada. The bar scene, I would say more of the bar scene, but also like Alaska, they treat me like a queen in Alaska.
Wow.
You know, I don't know. There's something about, and you can get to a lot more places. Like if you're going to do it on the road, like in a car, you can get to a lot more places, a lot more music hubs. I think there are a lot more music hubs in the States. It's just a wider, it's a bigger pond where you don't feel like a smaller fish in the moment, you know, if that's a way to describe it. Yeah. Alaska is something else. I mean, have you ever seen three Alaskan like lumberjack dudes like crying?
Wow, I can't imagine.
I have. Right? Like just the way music moves them is different. I don't know what it is. And so I'm being open, but I'm open to comments on that from anyone who'd like to comment on that, and we can get a conversation going about that. But yeah, I loved being on the road. Loved it. Probably.
That's awesome.
Yeah, more than I thought that I would, actually. You know, first leg we did 6 weeks. We went literally from here in Hamilton. We drove all the way to California. So we hit, like we went New York, Nashville, Texas, New Orleans, you know, California, and then down to Wyoming, like just down, like all the way through and back. And then we did it again, and we drove straight to Colorado for one gig one time. Or no, it was 2 or 3 gigs in Colorado. But yeah, we left Hamilton on a Tuesday at 4 p.m. and we arrived in Fort Collins, Colorado at 8 p.m. on the Wednesday, and our gig was at 9 p.m.
Wow.
And we like, we freshened up out of the hatchback of my girlfriend's car in a back alley, kind of like a dark.
The ultimate
Yeah, and
dressing
then
room.
check
Yeah.
this out. Check this out. So we get in there, and the guys, like the owner's so super sweet, and they were all really excited to have us there. And we did a Janis Joplin tune, and as I'm singing and playing the guitar, me and Bob McGee, it's always a crowd pleaser.
Yes.
The owner starts creeping up towards me and jumps on the stage, so that I start.
May have lost Robin for a moment. Seems to have frozen, but we'll stand by. Happened to us a little bit last week too, and everything ended up working itself out. So we'll hang in there and see what happens to Robin Benedict. Right in the middle of an excellent story, as it usually seems to happen. Usually the great stories bring out the worst in technology. Stick with us though. In the meantime, her information's down the bottom. Where to find her? www.robinbenedict.ca. Facebook, fan page, Robin Benedict Artist. Looks like we lost her. And she'll call in again. Robin Benedict Music is her Instagram. And I will let her know right now via the world of technology to text us back. Meanwhile, I'll sing. And there she is. I think we got her back. Let's try her again. Robin, hello.
Did we
Sorry.
cut out, or what happened there?
You cut out. I don't know if I did or not. I can't really tell till afterwards. Sometimes, it's technology. That's why we like being in a studio. But, we settle for what we can get right now.
Yeah.
But it happens from time. It happened a few times last week, and we made it work. And I appreciate you coming right back. Just about to text you and say, look, you just got to jump right back in.
Yeah.
And it should be an issue. But here you are. So at last check, the owner of this bar gets on stage during me and Bobby McGee.
Oh my God,
and
yeah,
go.
I'm playing Bobby McGee, and he's coming to me. I can see him. He's coming. He's got the ball of Southern Comfort in hand. And so I start going backwards as I keep playing, and he's pouring Southern Comfort down my throat as I'm playing Bobby McGee. It was one of those just wacky, crazy, wild memories that just sticks right out for as far as the American tour goes. Yeah, and that guy, he let us stay at his house. He was the owner of the bar. He put us up, so sweet. It was so much fun. It's hard to describe, It really is. And, it was a grassroots tour, actually. I put it together with a lot of my fans from all across America.
Awesome.
From the success of that video, the Heart of Glass video. And we did a lot of house concerts in people's backyards. A lot of my fans put us up, and we stayed with their families. We ate dinner with their kids and them, met a lot of their friends and family. In Missouri, we stayed with a family in Missouri. Oh, they were so lovely. Her mother bought my earrings.
Awesome.
She was a rock star,
Yeah.
And we all sat around their living room, and we had the kids playing drums, and we did karaoke. It was, I don't know, it's just hard to explain. I really got to know these people, really got to spend quality time with these fans of mine who have supported me so profoundly over the years. I can't thank them enough. And so to have that time with them is just next level. Awesome.
That's got to be amazing. Like I said, you got a great reputation from people that have tuned in. And when we had Canadian artists and everybody mentioned your name, and I'm like, well, let's check it out. And I got to tell you, so far, so good. Very impressed. The music is excellent.
Thank you.
Real quick, speaking of traveling across the country and all, we got a viewer, great guy, friend of mine. His name is Brian. He's got this giant farm up in Hatfield, PA. And he always says, let's have a party here, bring some of the bands from the show, and we always talk about it. We'd like to get you down sometime and come down and sit with a bunch of these bands and just jam out. That would be amazing. That's the perfect kind of atmosphere, in my opinion, for you because of the way you sing and your presentation. There he is here, Brian. He gave us a wave. But but he's got this awesome farm set up, and we're always looking for something great. And it means bringing you to the States. And if I could find a if I could find funding, we'll get you down here to the States.
Well, it's funny because I've been without a car for a while, and I just bought a car yesterday, so I'm just waiting. I'm gonna be picking that up next week. And sorry, where did you say you were? You're in.
You're right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I haven't been to Philly yet. I do have friends in Philly actually, which I'd love to come. And it's
Yeah.
actually not that far of a drive. I think it's like 8 hours from me.
Not too bad. It's fun here. There's always something to do. Don't
I
listen
would
to
do
the stories.
that in a heartbeat. And I love
Amazing.
meeting new people, and I love jamming with new musicians. I would do it yesterday. Like,
Oh.
I would love to come and hang out with you guys. I had a work visa that was valid, and then when the pandemic hit, I had to cancel my tour to New York. There was a couple other gigs in the States that I had to cancel. And so what I was thinking about doing was actually going to the union and having them, if I'm able to go across the border. I don't even know. I don't know what's happening. Like,
I'm not sure on that. Right.
I
Yeah.
know it's so hard to keep track of everything, right? But
Yes.
but I'm definitely going to call the union and have them or ask them nicely to extend my visa, which I'm sure they'll have no problem doing. I mean, it's a bit of an expense for us in Canada to come to you guys. I think it's a little bit less of an expense for American musicians to come over here. But I still am entitled to what happened March, April, May, June, July. So yeah, I still have 4 months on a work visa that I'm entitled to. So I'm planning on looking into that very soon because they want me to come back to Alaska as well.
That'd be awesome. Just great. There's a lot of super talented artists in this area. And like I said, we've met through the show some super talented ones in Canada, and it just bring people together. And
Have you ever heard of the Jerk Quinn Band?
I actually have.
They're my friends. They're really good friends of mine.
Excellent. I'm not overly familiar with them, but I have heard the name. I do a lot of reading and researching, try to anyway.
Yeah.
So that is a name that's come up. Absolutely. But it's awesome. And like I said, we're open arms in this part of town to musicians. Now, speaking of musicians, and you mentioned the pandemic, and I know some people claim that they stopped working through it. Some people keep working through it. I know you're writing songs. I know you're keep moving along, and you had mentioned something there was a piece on it the other day, a video of your tribute to Janis Joplin. You're a massive Janis Joplin fan, which is super cool because she's a legend. And you wrote a song for her, and I'm going to ask you here in front of the audience and in front of you, no shyness, no humble. Can you play the Janis Joplin tribute song for us right now?
Of course.
Will you really?
Oh yeah, I'm not shy.
Excellent. So we're going to get a live performance right here, right now, from Robin Benedict and that amazing voice of hers. It's a tribute song she did to Janis Joplin. I heard it the other day. I love it. I'm a Janis fan. I love 60s rock, 70s rock, 80s. I mean, don't mind the Britney shirt. I'm into the old school stuff as well. Tell us a little bit about the song, and then whenever you're ready, just feel free to go.
Well, I listened to a whole playlist of songs written about her, and then I was really sad. And whenever I'm sad, I go and she comes to me, and
Wow.
So it just made me want to. There was about 12 of them written in her legacy, and it just made me want to make it 13.
Awesome.
And actually, it wrote itself kind of. It's one of those moments where you start channeling. I don't know if that sounds weird to you, but when I say channeling, I mean when you're in your flow, and you're feeling it, when you're vibing, whatever it is you're doing, you're channeling a certain energy, and that happened for the song for sure. It kind of wrote itself. I mean, there's actually 12 Janis Joplin song titles that are scattered throughout the lyrics, and one of my favorite quotes by her was "The more you live, the less you die." And then I got sad when I was writing the song, like, why did you have to die? You said, like, the more you live, the less you die, but yet you were dead. Like, why? And I was upset, and it was one of those moments. And I was also in it. I was like in the moment with it. So yeah, it was an emotional process to write the song. And last Sunday was her 50th anniversary of her death.
Yes.
So she's hovering around here. I can feel her energy really strongly this week. But yeah, that's my little story. And I really did want to release the song for last Sunday, but I also didn't want to rush it.
Makes sense.
Because, nothing good happens when you rush things, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I appreciate you doing it for us. This is a great treat. Robin Benedict, ladies and gentlemen, live performing. Thank you.
So this one's called Baby Bye Bye. Thanks for having me, by the way. It was really
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. It's great.
Woman, I wish you found yourself without the love of a man or a Mercedes Benz. I wish you lived to see your legacy. 50 years and you're still the queen. Little girl blue, only you knew the sun is still shining, oceans are blue. Tell me right now, was it a lie when you said if you live, unless you die? That's why it hurts so much to say baby bye bye, bye bye. Misery loves company, so move over, make some room for me. Oh yeah, maybe you're shining down on me. So I get lonely, it's you I see. You're beautiful in every way. How I wish you could stay just a little bit longer. I'm gonna try just a little bit harder. Work me, Lord, so I can tell my love. Oh, your soul is still alive. Baby, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hope that you're listening, 'cause this one's for you. The sun is still shining, oceans are blue. Well, that's all your pride and your tears on the stage. Taught us to love all of your pain. Oh, it's why I knew your soul is still alive. Baby, bye bye. Oh, now I know you didn't lie, 'cause you didn't get to choose. You didn't want to die. You were a woman left lonely, like a flower in the sun without rain. Bye bye. Bye bye. Baby, bye bye.
Oh, wow. I mean, absolutely incredible. I mean, I now feel like the Alaskan lumberjack because I got a little misty. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. There is something so very powerful and true about your voice and the way you sing and your delivery. I felt every word like right in my chest. And again, I'm a rocker. I like rock music, metal music, but I also like a true artist that really is into their music, and that was perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't, it's so funny. We're so self-critical of ourselves, right? But like one thing I can say for sure, thank you, Brian. It's so cool how it pops up like that. Awesome.
I can make them come up. I share the good ones. I mean, not that we have had bad ones. I share the special ones like that, and that's great.
One thing's for sure. I don't. It's hard for me to open my mouth and sing without feeling what I'm singing. I think that was just.
I love that.
I think that was the gift that was given to me. It wasn't necessarily the voice. I had to work on that. I had vocal instruction. I think it was more just like not being able to not mean it. So I think that's why people. That's why I've built a following, or a pretty good following over the last. Well, I'm not going to say how old I am. I mean, everybody knows how old we go.
I know, but it's not. I all I can say is I'm a lot older. You wouldn't tell by the whole array of Funko Pops and all the nonsense going on there. But I know your age, and trust me, it's
well,
fine.
You know what's funny? You were saying that you like your hard metal and stuff. So
yeah,
when my first band that I was in, I started when I was 24, and it was a cover band, and I sang Iron Maiden.
Wow.
You'll take your life, but I'll take your soul.
That's
awesome. And Skid Row, and you name it, like we did it. Loverboy, Heart, all that 80s like crazy ass rock music, and I think that's where I got my ability to project and sing loudly, if you will. I was like, if you're gonna do Alice in Chains, man, you got a bunch of like leather wearing like rock and roll guys in the audience. You better.
Oh yeah.
You better not sing it like you're singing like a Jan Arden tune or something.
They're usually not forgiving. They take music very seriously. I do too, yeah. But I mean, I'm open-minded, and I've taken on a lot of people we have on the show, and their music may not be my regular genre. But I'm falling in love with it because I love the passion of somebody really being into it. I'm trying to find, here it is here. I found it because I usually put the questions and all in a list on my phone, so I have them. Mm-hmm. And I got to get you this because I read this today in your little Facebook biography, and I loved it. Your voice was described as a jolt. It can jolt you like thunder or lull a baby to sleep, like that kind of range. How awesome is that? How amazing is it to be able? Is there a preference? Do you like to go hard? Really doesn't matter? Like, what's your preference?
The ability. I love having the ability to be dynamic. I think that's the other thing that brings people. And what is this? Courtney Love.
A little Courtney Love, a little bit.
A little Courtney Love,
a good Courtney Love.
All right.
The good Courtney Love.
Yeah. Oh, I used to fall asleep to her. Violet album? Is that what it's
yes.
Called? Oh my
awesome
God.
album. Awesome album.
Teens, yes, I could listen to that album over and over and over. But yeah, I love the ability to be dynamic because I think, when it's just like being an author sort of thing. When you're writing songs, you're writing a story, and you're telling a story when you're performing these songs. And so there are going to be, in the beginning, it's going to be this beginning of a story. And then the chorus is gonna be like, oh, this is like, I think, is this the climax of the story? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh no, there's the climax of the story, right? So, yeah, it's like telling a story. So the ability to be dynamic is a gift I'm super grateful to have, actually. Like to be able to sing softly and to also power out. Yeah, I'm very fortunate to be as versatile of a singer as I've been able to become.
You definitely are, and that's a great description of versatile. I've watched a lot of your videos, like I said, just catching up and learning, and some of it is just so strong and powerful, and you got people around you just feeling it, and some of it's so sweet and soulful that just really relax. That piece right there that you just played for us, I apologize for our audio. It's not the greatest, but it just moved me, and I'm here as a grown man in front of whatever audience comes in and out, and I've got a red face, and a little bit of tear in my eye. It's incredible, and I loved it. I can't thank you for it enough. I got a little like love crush here on your voice. I love it.
Well, you're a sweetheart.
Thank you.
I've never used this platform. So where are we streaming onto? Is it Instagram?
So this comes on. This goes on YouTube Live,
Oh, okay,
Facebook Live, on my show. On my show page, my personal page, and then afterwards, I put it on a bunch of platforms: Blog Talk Radio, Anchor, etc. So it gets out to Apple, iPod, and all that. So it really gets its way out there. Like I said, when we talked earlier today on the phone, it starts out as hundreds, it grows into thousands. A lot of people get into it, and my goal here really is to just get more people into the hardworking, truly felt independent artist. That's what I love.
You know what? I love my kitty.
Ah,
My
beautiful.
baby. Say hi, Momo. Say hi.
I got to tell you, cats like the show more than dogs. My dog comes down the steps, refuses to be picked up. So it seems to be more of a cat show than a dog show. Yeah.
Well, Mo's a suck. When he wants to be picked up, he wants to be picked up. You don't care what's happening at the time.
I hear you. Adorable.
Right?
So what's the future? I know you got new music you're writing. And of course, when that comes out, we definitely want to bring you back. But what's the future? A tour and me and you, I know that you're big on the COVID thing. When it clears up and things go back to normal, etc. What's the first thing you want to do? Do you want to get on the road? Do you want to make more music?
Yeah.
Where's Robin Benedict going to be?
So I've been working in the studio with a really talented producer. The studio is called Westmoreland Studios. It's in Hamilton, and it's Carl Jennings. He's quite a talent himself. Holy crap.
Awesome.
And so learning a lot in that process as well. And put together a new band called Robin Benedict and the Wait.
Nice.
Or Robin and the Wait. This has been a hard problem with COVID. It's hard to keep the ball rolling. There's a lot of fear, and there's a lot. I don't want to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do, but I also want to play music, because if we're not rehearsing, we're not working towards something musically, I'm a lost puppy, man. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, So trying to keep the rehearsals going, and Freedom and Baby Bye Bye are the next two singles that are going to be coming out. And
awesome.
And then I'm going to be working. I'm actually going to be working with a woman who has started a charity, and it's for mental health in music.
Great.
And her foundation is called Birdsong. And so she is asking musicians to apply, and she's going to be choosing musicians to come to the studio and record a song written sort of about the the challenges, I guess you could say, of being an artist in this day and age, and the things that you run into. And it is difficult. I mean, we're told that it's not sustainable. We're told that we're going to be starving musicians forever, right? Like, I'm the only person in my family of all my siblings who never went to university.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I wanted to be a musician, but I didn't want to go to university to be a musician and like be in debt. I wanted to make a bunch of money and go pay a producer to like I'd rather learn while I'm working, or like produce something and have something at the end to say, look what I learned, look what I did,
Right.
But it's tough. It's a tough road. And like, when to be a musician and to be an artist is to be emotional. Right. So, and when you're emotional, it can be misconstrued as something else, but I think it's important to be emotional. I think it's important to get in touch with our emotions and feel those emotions. Mo, what are you doing? And be okay with being emotional too. I mean, we're allowed, we're human. We're supposed to be. It's just a matter of how we process those emotions and how we move forward because everything's a lesson. Like, everything that happens to us in our lives is a lesson, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to work with this woman through her foundation called Birdsong. And it's all to raise awareness about mental illness in the arts, and so this woman is just an inspiration to me. And so I'm very excited to be going to Toronto and working with her on a song I wrote. I've got to choose between a couple, but I've got a lot of music coming. I've got a lot of new tunes that I'm really excited to get recorded and then get. Yes, of course I'd want to get on the road. Yes. I've never been on the road with a full band. It's just been solo or duo, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just more affordable. It's just really hard to budget all of that in. Like if you want to have 4 guys flying to Europe or to here or there and you're independent, you gotta make that kind of happen on your own, right? So it's been a struggle to figure out how I'm gonna make all that kind of stuff happen. But if I feel like now, if I'm on my path and I'm seeing the synchronicities and I'm meeting new people and I'm feeling really positive and I'm keeping a positive outlook on things, that things will just fall into place the way they're supposed to. And that's the only way it's the only way I know how to live. So I'm just going to keep my vibrations high and keep playing the music and keep rehearsing with my new band and looking forward to a whole new way of life for the planet, to be honest, you know?
Absolutely. And that's a great outlook. I always appreciate people with the true passion, and you definitely have it. Again, there's a scroll down the bottom of all the places that you can find Robin Benedict. Spotify, SoundCloud. I found her today on Apple Music and downloaded some into my phone, into my playlist.
Yay!
www.robinbenedict.ca, Facebook, Robin Benedict Artist, Instagram, Robin Benedict Music, YouTube, you can find her, Robin Benedict, of course. The hard look, stop everything you're doing right after the show. At 10:01, when the show is over, go to YouTube, type in Heart of Glass cover by Robin Benedict. You will not be disappointed. It is spectacular. Your voice is gold. My wife's upstairs listening to me just crush all over you. I'm sorry, but that's just the way we do it here.
What's your wife's name?
Cassie.
Cassie? Hi, Cassie.
Yeah, she watches on and off because she's.
Well, if you're not watching and you see this later, either way, I hope to maybe meet you one day. That'd be fun. That'd be so fun.
She's all about it. The girl could talk to a brick wall and make it her best friend. I love it about her. I love it. She is one of them.
We'll get along just fine, man.
Absolutely. She's great. Every once in a while, she pops her face on the show, comes on, talks a little bit, and it's great. She's world class. As are you, Robin. This has been amazing. I appreciate the fact you took a few minutes out to talk to me this afternoon on the phone. This way, you just get comfortable and everybody knows what it's about. We try to be comfortable here. We try to be laid back. Yeah. But most importantly, be yourself. And you were amazing tonight. I can't thank you enough. I obviously want to invite you back.
For having me.
I'd like to invite you back in the near future.
I would love to come back.
Terrific. We will look forward to that when all the new stuff gets rolling and when you get on the road. Come back to us. You're now a friend and family of the O Show. Excellent.
Ah, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm going to leave all your social media scrolling down the bottom after you go so people can check it out. Robin Benedict, our very special guest. Robin, a lot of love. You're terrific. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Happy hump day.
Always a happy hump day.
We'll see you soon.
You got it. Good night, Robin. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Absolutely terrific, ladies and gentlemen. A lovely, lovely girl. A terrific artist. She can't shut us. I can remove you and then shut you off. So the whole world doesn't watch her struggles. Robin Benedict, ladies and gentlemen, just a lovely, lovely artist and a terrific girl. Great voice. A lot to like right there. Very passionate, very emotional. She's got a lot of great thoughts and processes on things, and I was so happy. Really, like I said, we spoke to her today. We talked about creative stuff, what's going to be on, what's not going to be on. She asked me to call her. I called her from the road. We talked. I'm like, you know what? I like this girl very much, and as you can see, why. An amazing artist. I am, as promised. I'm going to load this up right now, and I am definitely, as promised. Like I said, I don't know the legal rights, and I don't care. I messaged Facebook and told them, look, this is what I'm doing. Bear with me. Don't ban this for copyrights or whatever. I don't own the rights to this music, as they say on TikTok. Is that what the kids say? Anyway, this is the cover of Heart of Glass that Robin did with her friend Sam Class, apparently when he was on his way to the airport. But I got to play it because it's so great. And her voice is so perfect. It's a Debbie Harry / Blondie classic, Heart of Glass. And I'm going to play it right now. It's our guest tonight, Robin Benedict. I'm telling you, 5 million people cannot be wrong. Check it out. We'll be back on the Yo Show in a few moments.
found out I had a heart of glass. Felt like the real thing, only to find once mistrust, love's gone behind.
Was it love and it was divine? Soon found out I was losing my mind. Seems like the real thing, only to find much of mistrust, love's gone behind. It makes me what I feel is pleasing, and I'm feeling fine. Love is so confusing, with no peace of mind. If I feel I'm losing you, it's just no good. You treat me like you do.
Once I had the love, it was divine. Soon found out I was losing my mind. Felt like the real thing, but I was so blind. Once mistrust, love's gone behind.
Lost inside adorable illusion that I cannot hide. I'm the one you're using, please don't push me aside. We can make it cruising, yeah. La la la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la, we're riding high on love through the blue sky. Ooh, was it love? It was a gas. Soon found out it was a pain in my ass. Seems like the real thing, only to find much of mistrust, love's gone behind. Lost inside adorable illusion, and I cannot hide. I'm the one you're using, please don't push me aside. We can make it cruising, yeah. La la la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La la la, riding high on love through the bluish night. Ooh, here we are, Toronto Airport. Say bye, Sam.
Whoa, yeah, you did those.
Say bye, Sam.
You
We
did
made
those
it.
lane changes.
Not bad, eh?
Oh man, that was awesome. And she mentioned the lane changes as well, which was great. No, Ray, this was actually a Ray Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, one of our great artists that joined us on the show and tunes in. Ray, this was a video that she made quite a few years back, 2014 to be exact. And she was driving her friend to the airport. They used to be in a band together. She was driving to the airport. She brought her iPad and said, "You know what? Let's jam." And they brought out Heart of Glass. And the next thing you know, Ray, 5 million people between YouTube and Facebook and social media downloaded it, watched it, and loved it. And I see why. Great voice, the incredible Robin Benedict, our special guest tonight here on the Air Show. Thank you again, Robin. That was great. Ray, I agree, dude. That is what it's all about. I'm going to put that right on there. That wasn't real. It was amazing. Her voice is just so genuine. She is a singer of true passion. A great woman. And like I said, we talked to her today and we just went over some things that are going to be done. She says she's not very tech savvy. Neither am I, you know. But again, we make it work somehow. Go ahead, stalk her page, Robin Benedict. There's a fan page, Robin Benedict artist. It's down here below on the scroll. Instagram, Robin Benedict music. There's YouTube videos, Robin Benedict. Like I said, if you type in Heart of Glass, it'll bring you to that one, and that'll bring her to her YouTube, SoundCloud. I found it today on Apple Music, Spotify. She's all over. Very talented. A lot of new music coming up too. She's in the process of writing some great stuff right now. And it's good. It's really good stuff. She did a live performance tonight. And I appreciate it. I know I may have put her on the spot, but when we talked to her today, she says, I'm going to be in my usual spot where I jam. My guitar will be by my side. And I thought to myself, ask her to sing and see what happens. And she did. So very big thanks to Robin Benedict. Check her out. She's worth it. Amazing singer. We've been doing great lately with the Canadian artist, Susie Corey, Bree Taylor. Tonight, Robin Benedict. We love our independent artists. And next week, we'll give you a rundown. I'm going to give you a rundown of who's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Because I got to tell you, we got some awesome, awesome acts from all different walks of entertainment. And that's what we do here. We bring you a little bit of everything. And we have such great people coming on next week on this program. A young lady was here before, and her views were huge. Her songs are great. She got more new songs coming out. Local artists, and there she is. She's lovely. She's so cute. She's like my little Yosho crush. She'll probably kick my ass for saying that, but anyway. She was on earlier watching, and she'll be with us next week. It is Jody Valentine. Now, we world premiered the song Too Soon a few months ago when she was on the show, and it was a great song. The episode got tons of views. People were asking me about it. She's got more music coming out. A local Philadelphia girl, Jody Valentine, will be on our show next week. Excuse me, sorry, with more new music. I don't know if we're going to get the world premiere. We might have missed the world premiere by a day, but we're still going to play some of her hot new music. She's lovely. She's sweet. She's a great time. Can't wait. Next week, Jody Valentine. We stick with the same genre coming up in a few weeks. October 21st, as I find her banner, Rachel Green, another local artist with an amazing voice. She's terrific. And we have talked, and she's excited. She also has brand new music coming out. Her voice is absolutely magical. Very attractive young lady. Rachel Green, that'll be on the show October 21st, coming up as well. Ray, I agree. Roland Stuck has got to come on with his ghost stories. We're trying to do that. Maybe haven't decided what Halloween's going to be all about outside of the Halloween party. So we might do a double dip for Halloween. Anyway, 21st, Rachel Green. Now this one, two brand new ones to announce. One I couldn't be more excited about because I love this woman. And she is just absolutely just the epitome of fitness. I'm not a fitness guy, but watching her makes me want to be a fitness person. She got her own app. Find her all over. Caitlin Rice, ladies and gentlemen, has agreed to be on our program November 11th. The absolutely gorgeous, wonderfully bodied fitness expert, Caitlin Rice. She has her own fitness app. You can download it. Caitlin Rice. She calls herself she calls her workouts the Booty Boot Camp, as you can see why. Terrific, beautiful woman, but also very great. We talked to her and her people, and they're very excited to be on. So we're going to get in the world of fitness. We do it all here. Anything entertainment, anything to get you moving. Caitlin Rice will be on our program November 11th, talking about all her workout stuff and her great fitness programs. And her app has everything. Meals like diets and workouts and different daily programs. You want to see her right here on the O Show November 11th. That is Caitlin Rice. And then on the 18th, we have another one. And I'm excited about this one. I found this young lady on Facebook, and that's how you do it on social media. I saw on social media, I started listening to her music. I enjoyed it. She seemed sweet. We talked, and she's excellent. Another local Philadelphia talent. Lisa Orlando on November 18th. Great music, kind of a kind of pop, dance, groove kind of music. awesome young lady who says she's more than excited to be here on our program, and I am so excited for that. November 18th, it is singer Lisa Orlando. She's going to come on the show. We're going to, again, play some music. We're going to talk to her about her career and stuff in Philly. So check them out, too. Check out these artists. Check out the people I just announced. Check out the people that are coming on. Check out Jody Valentine and Rachel Green and Caitlin Rice and Lisa Orlando. Check them out now, and you might find a new favorite out there somewhere, courtesy of the Yo Show. Also, don't forget, Jewel and I are taking to the streets. We're doing a live location for the first time ever. A little nervous, but it is October 30th. It is the Yo Show Halloween Bash live show and party, October 30th. Murphy's Beef and Ale, one of my favorite local spots, 5725 Bristol Emily Road in Levittown. My man Sean Pilgrim and his staff are going to help us bring in Halloween. We're doing it outdoors. They got a little outdoor setup. We're going to do that for the COVID people, make it COVID friendly. Back to the 80s is the theme, so wear a Back to the 80s costume. I got my costume ready. I don't know if it's 80s. Mine's Eternal. That might have been a hint. But anyway, do it up. Come on out. Celebrate Halloween with us. Me and my wife do it great every year. This year, we're taking it on the road as our house is under construction. Jewel Teddy will be there. I will be there. Get to meet us. We'll sign something. Maybe we'll get some shirts. Maybe we'll do some giveaways. Whatever. The sky's the limit. It's just going to be a great thing. Loso Brewing Company at www.losobrewingcompany.com. One of our sponsors, one of my loves and passions, is going to be there with 2 beers. The fall selection, the Brownsville Ale, Brownsville Bonfire. That's going to be on tap, and also Lola, their local ale. So check out www.losobrewingcompany.com for the great beer selections that are going to be on at this party. We got more topics, a couple things to hit up on real quick. This one's kind of expected. The Netflix program Cuties, facing charges. A court in Texas has filed charges for sexual exploitation of minors. It's a matter of time. They're like 11-year-old kids dancing and grinding, and it's sickening. Sickening. Take this show off. It's already talking about it. It's already in the courts, so hopefully we'll be done with Cuties sometime very soon. I'm not a fan. I think it's very weird. Another show very weird, and I know Facebook has been shutting down comments about this, and I don't even know how this becomes news, but people are, I guess, are into tragic shit. An American Murder. This is wild. Disturbing story about a man and his alleged, I always say alleged, you never know, murder of his wife and his 2 daughters. And, the fella in jail for these murders says that he doesn't like the fact that it's on the air, and it makes him reminisce, reminisce for the rest of your life, because the kind of stuff that goes on in this program, sick, absolutely sick. It's horrible. It's just terrible. And I don't give it a lot of time. Not a lot of play. I'm not even going to mention names. That's the way we do it here. My Britney Spears shirt on tonight. Once again, I want to wish a very happy birthday to my man, Robert Perini, my brother, my love, my man. We'll see you Friday night. We're going to have some dinner. We're going to go down to La Strada, a terrific restaurant in Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania, Huntington Pike. And I'm telling you, if you're in the area looking for a great night out, a nice Italian meal at a gorgeous restaurant, visit La Strada in Huntington Valley. Ask for my man John. He is the greatest waiter. He is super tentative, and the food there is tremendous. That's Friday night. We're going to be hanging out with my man Rob. Rumor is our good friend of the show, Mr. Danny Beisel, will be performing at a local bar, Tin Pan Alley. That's the rumor. So go check that out. That's all I'm giving you on that. But anyway, happy birthday again to my man Robert Perini. Happy birthday to my buddy Mr. Dave Resch. His wife checked out my pre-show video and let me know it's your birthday. So happy birthday, Dave. Happy birthday, Robert Perini. Once again, singer-songwriter Robin Benedict, a huge thank you for joining us on the program tonight. Lots of great stuff going on and more guests to come and be announced. We're working on some great stuff right now for you, the audience, who was so kind to tune in every Wednesday night. A lot of you tune in a day or two later, and that's fine. And people say, I feel bad I didn't watch you. You can always check us out. I'm going to scroll, no offense to Robin Benedict, but I'm going to scroll down the bottom, places to find us. Right down the bottom here. It is the Stoop Radio Network on Facebook. On Instagram, The Yo Show 215. Our website is www.theyoshow215.com. Loso Brewing Company is one of our sponsors and our brewing company. Check us out at www.losobrewingcompany.com. 9:34. We're going to cut off a little early tonight. An hour and a half show, but why not? We didn't do Man Cave scores. That's okay. We'll save them for next week when Joel Tatey returns to the program as well. Next Wednesday night, October 14th, when our guest is going to be the beautiful, the talented, the amazing Philadelphia artist, Jody Valentine. Big thanks to everybody that tuned in tonight. Huge thanks again to Robin Benedict. Thanks to our man, Brian Harvey, for always being tight with us. Big thanks to St. Ricketts for supplying theme music that we rock out every weekend because we love you guys. Again, don't forget, www.theyoshow215.com. Check out previous episodes on the Stoop Radio Network and on our YouTube page. Become a fan of the show, folks. This is a top 50 pro. Oh, Jen Himes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for a great show. And thank you for tuning in. It means the world to me. I love seeing people that I just care about so much tuning in. And I love to try and give you the best possible program that I can. It's make people happy. Like, we don't do politics. We don't do tough subjects. We might talk a little bit here and there and whisper in about some things, but I'm here to entertain. We're here to have fun. We drink beer. We play music. We talk about crazy shit. We have a great time right here. It's the Yo Show. Tell your friends. Voted a top 50 show of 2020 by the LA Weekly Times and the New York Weekly Times. LA, New York, two of the entertainment meccas. How can you go wrong? They know where to find us. It is the Yo Show. Don't forget to free Britney, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. There's no website for it, but free Britney anyway. And don't forget, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Donate to local breast cancer awareness spots. Ladies, get your mammograms. Be checked. Be safe. We love boobies here on the Yo Show. We want your boobies to be healthy. Especially goes for my wife and Jen Himes and everybody else watching. Make sure your boobies are healthy. Thank you again. I'm going to take you out a little early tonight, 9:36. That's fine. We're going to take you out with our theme song from the amazing St. Ricketts, What Fire Cannot Burn. See you next week. And, of course, as always, don't be a douche. That's all I could ask. Again, rest in peace to my main man, Eddie Van Halen. Eddie, we love you. We care the world about you. You brought us more than you could ever know. And the Yo Show celebrates you tonight. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Deeper than you know.
to reach new heights of love. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, fire cannot. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, fire cannot, fire cannot burn.
We're going to keep going. If you're out there watching, we're going to keep going. More St. Ricketts, the catalyst right here on the Yo Show.
Introduce yourself.